Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mazida and I'm a fashion designer. So on this channel we'll be making a lot of DIYs and sewing tutorials. So basically in today's video what we'll be making is a shirt, because last week I posted a shirt on my Instagram and TikTok and someone responded on TikTok asking for a detailed video. So but for that particular shirt I didn't make a detailed video, so that's what we'll be making today. Okay, so if you are new here, please click the subscribe button and turn on the bell, the post notification, so that you get notified the next time I post a video. Yeah, so let's just get straight into the video. Right, so today this is the measurement we'll be using. The shirt length is 28, the bust is 40, the waist is 32, and the hip is 44, and lastly the back is 17. So for this we'll be adding additional 3 to 4 inches, because we don't want it to be a tight fitted shirt. It's going to be kind of free, so we don't want it to be like all tight. So that's the measurement we'll be using today. Okay, I've already folded my fabric into 4, but I'll tell you how we came about that. But first of all, we need to get our desired length. For me, the shirt length is 28, so I measured about 33 inches, because we are going to bring about 2 inches from the back to the front. Okay, then I'm going to just fold the center front. This is where the buttonhole and the button would be. You can measure about 1 or 1.5 inches, depending on how much fabric you have. So I'm just going to pin this down all together, and when that is done we will get back to the business of the day. I've pinned this the center front, which is going to be where the button would be and the buttonhole, and I folded this into 2, but we have to cut it out. We have to separate the front from the back. So what I did before cutting this was to get the measurement of the biggest part of my body, which is the hip. So I added about 4 inches to the hip. So if I had 4 inches to 44, that would be 48. So quarter of 48 is 12. So we have more than 12 here. We have 14. So if we cut out 12 and add an extra 1 inch for sewing allowance, it's still more than enough. So this is the front and this is the back. So what we will do now, we have to slant our shoulder. I didn't make it equal. I just brought out about ½ inch from this place, just some extra allowance. So I brought out about ½ inch and make sure all these are equal. So the original length, the original shirt length is 28, but what I have here is about 33 inches. So even 32 inches. So even if we pull this one downward and bring out, take extra 2 inches from the back, we are still going to have enough for our desired length. So what we'll do now is measure the back. The back here is 17, so we can make it 18 for extra ease allowance. So if you make it 18, half of 18 is 9. So 9 inches here. Just pull it 9 inches, and then we take our neckline, which is about 2 inches, because it's going to have a collar. Then the normal 1 inch for our shoulder slant. So you extend that here. And just cut it out like so. Yeah, so now this is what we need. Then we can now pull this one. Yeah, so we can make it 2 inches, and you can make it 1.5. It all depends on you. You can make it 3 inches. So you place about half an inch like this. So you can decide to iron it down to make it more easier, but I don't have my iron very close to me right now. So just pin it down. So this is going to be our shoulder. The shoulder will be here instead of the regular joining here. It's going to like tilt to the front a little bit, just like on those ready-made shirts. Yes, so this is what we need. So this is where the back stops here. And you see we still have about 2 inches extra. We'll take our back measurements. We made it 9. So for my armhole, what I do is I divide my bust measurement by 6, then add 1.5 inches. Okay, so in this case my bust measurement is 40. The original measurement is 40, so 40 divided by 6 plus 1.5 will give us about 8.1 inches. But in this case, because it's a free shirt, we are going to add additional 1 inch for ease, because we don't want it to be very tight or fitted. Do you get what I'm saying? So we are going to make it 9 inches in total. So we already have our back measurement, which is 9, and then our armhole would be 9 inches as well. So 9 here, and just roll this down. So this is what we have now for our armhole. So what we have to do next is to take our normal measurement. So the bust is 40, and I said I was going to add 3 inches, but I'm going to make it 4 inches. So 40 plus 4 inches is 44, and 44 divided by 4 is 11. So we measure 11 inches, and we add another 1 inch for sewing allowance. So we come here to measure our half length. Mine is 17. So we take our waist measurement. Our waist here is 32. So 32 plus 4 inches, that is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9. It's not going to have a dart. If you want a dart for yours, you can decide to add it, but for mine, I don't need a dart. And then we measure our hip length. Mine is 28, which is the full length. So my hip is 44 plus 4 inches, that's 48. So 48 divided by 4 is 12 inches. And the 1 inch extra. So we just join all this together. So this is what we have. Then for our armhole, so what I do for the front is I just come in here by half an inch. So first of all, I get the center, which I already did with 4.5. Then I come in by half an inch here. Then we'll just join this together to our normal bust measurement. So this is what we have now. Right, so I realized that it wasn't really clear from that angle, so I decided to bring it closer. So this is what we did. This is at the back. We measured the back 9 inches. We can measure our what's it called, the armhole, which is also 9 inches. Then we got the half of 9 inches, which is 4.5 inches. We came in by half an inch. Then we connected from our back to the half an inch we took, then to our bust measurement. This is our bust measurement plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. This is the waist measurement plus 1 inch for sewing allowance, and this is the hip measurement plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. Remember that from the back we took out about 3 inches, and that was why we folded it like this. So this is what we have now. We still have our desired length. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll just cut everything out. We'll cut the neckline and then go straight to the sleeve. So cut everything out now. Is so for this one we'll also cut it out. So for the next, a normal shirt collar or a standing collar. To be honest, I've not decided what I want it to be yet, but before the end of the video we'll decide on which one. So it's almost the same thing. We'll just measure here would be about 2 inches. You can trim it later. It's better to make it small, then trim it later to what, to your desired measurement, than to make it big. Then there will be no remedy. So just make this one 2 inches and come down by 1 inch. Then the same thing, you just come down by 1 inch here as well. So basically it's the same measurement. Like I said, it's better to make it small, then we can still trim it, than to make it big, then there will be no remedy. Okay, so that's it. So by the time we join it together, this is what we have. Let's just notch here so we know where to fold, same as this place. And one last thing we need to do before we pack this up, I'm just going to curve this place a little. You can decide to use freehand. This actually depends on whatever you want. So for me, I prefer it this way. So I'm just going to curve this place a little. Yeah, I think this is okay for me. So yeah, this is all we need. By the time we take this off, let me make an example. By the time we fold this and place this on each other, then it should cover up for these two sides. Let's cut the sleeve. I'll show you what we have after joining the shoulder. Okay, right, so to cut the sleeve we need to get what this place is. So we'll need this measurement for our sleeve. We are going to fold it this way, so we just measure everything. Almost 11.5, so we'll just round it up to 11.5. Yeah, so that's all for this one. Then for our sleeve we need to get the length, and also if you are using a fabric that has patterns like this, we have to be very careful because we don't want to use the pattern this way for the shirt, then we'll make it this way for the sleeve. It happens sometimes, so we have to be careful. So for this one, I don't want to do the regular shirt sleeve. I just want it to be the normal, just a normal puff sleeve with elastic. I'm going to measure my sleeve length. My sleeve length from my shoulder to my wrist is 23 inches. So we add like half an inch for sewing allowance. We add 1 inch for the elastic. So that's like 24.5. So we'll just cut out 25 to be on the safe side. Please, if you haven't subscribed, this is like the best time to do it now, please. Thank you, and please share this video with your friends and families that are interested in sewing. So for this, I may not really need my round sleeve measurement because, like I said, it's a puff sleeve and it's going to be free. I mean, we all love freehands, but it's very important to know how to draft patterns as well. It's just that freehand is faster. So this is 12 inches. The round sleeve is about 15. So half of that is going to be 7.5, 7.5. But I can make it 9. I can make it 8 from here. I'll just make it 9 because I want it to be free. Then I add 1 inch sewing allowance. So from there, I come down by about 2 inches. So remember we measured 11.5 here. So we'll just cut this out. All we need is 25 inches, which is here. So the width depends on what you want. This is where you can, freestyle, do whatever you want. For me, I think this is okay. This is 11.5, so it's absolutely fine. Remember, we've added the 1 inch sewing allowance. This is the original measurement, and this is the sewing allowance. So we're going to hold 1 inch all together for everything. This is all we need. We've gotten the body and the sleeve. So in my next video, I'll show you how to sew it. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please click this subscribe button and share this video with your friends and whoever is interested in sewing. I love you. Thank you. Bye.